How's it going, guys? Welcome to the FM Dugout. It's British Steel time again, and we're back for another Champions League game. And who'd have thought it? Glentoran going to the Stade Louis Stadium and taking on Monaco in the Champions League. Quite the glamorous location for us to be playing, and yeah, it's still pretty surreal actually that we made it. So, obviously, since the last time there've been a number of games being played, I think there was 4 games in between the last game against Benfica and this one. So let's see how they went. First of all, managed to get 4 wins out of 4 in the Danske Bank Premier. A 2-1 win against Millard, Luke Brothers and Crossgrave with the early goals. An own goal by Macaulay after Marcus Kane gets sent off for an absolutely stupid challenge. Lunged with 2 feet from behind the player. He wasn't playing very well before that point, and then he got sent off, so fantastic. Then on the Tuesday after that game, we played against newly promoted Ards, Scott Smith and Ben Little, two of the new signings in the summer, combining scoring a goal in each half for a nice comfortable 2-0 win. It probably could have been a lot more than that. Then a difficult game away from Crusaders 2 days later, and James Lovett scoring 11 minutes from time. Not our best performance, it must be said. You can see Rory Crossgrave with a 6.4 and Brothers 6.5. We struggled up top. Lovett coming off the bench and managing to bag the winner in what was a pretty big game for us. And then another 2 days after that, we went away to Cliftonville and managed to get a 1-0 win there as well. Scott Smith this time getting sent off, and new signing Dan McKenna scoring a goal from outside the box to take the points. And we certainly had to ride some pretty difficult attacks towards the end of that game. Needless to say, Cliftonville went to the favoured 4-3-3 formation. It's either 4-3-3 or 3-4-3 is what teams go to when we've got ourselves in front, and started to change things around to always go back to play 3 at the back whenever that happens. Sometimes playing, here we had a man sent off. I think we did the same against Millard. We actually went to a 3-4-2. In Cliftonville, I think I went to 3-4-1-1. We've come through it. It's a difficult phase again, and it's one of these things that this season in particular is going to be really quite challenging. You look at the number of competitions we've got 6 competitions we're taking part in, and it's quite a challenge. We're in all of them still at the moment. We're top of the league by 2 points. Linfield doing much better this year, much more consistent, only a draw separating the 2 sides at the moment, and the goal difference is closer as well. So expecting a much closer battle this year with Linfield, which will be good. It'll be interesting for that, and obviously then it makes the games against Linfield that little bit more interesting. We have played them earlier in the season, had a 4-0 win against them, which was their only loss, but we'll see how that goes. But tonight, as I say, it is about Monaco. Last time out against Benfica, we narrowly lost at home despite being kind of under the cosh the whole game. So this game against Monaco, away from home, really not expecting a great deal. So it looks as though a 4-4-2 for Monaco, and you just look at some of the names in that team, and it's pretty frightening. You've got Isco, you've got Falcao. It's going to be a difficult game. Sorry, just losing my train of thought there. So let's go and take a look at the squad tonight. It looks as though I haven't actually changed things around yet. I usually do, but I did take a break before I started recording this one. So you're going to see the team getting reworked here, and we'll stick with our usual backline. I'm going to play James McDonald tonight over Kane. He deserves a chance. He's been playing better than Kane. Kane's been getting sent off and so on, so I think McDonald deserves the chance tonight. And to be honest, I doubt one player is going to make a massive difference. I think Monaco are just going to be too much for us. But I have changed the formation for tonight to a 4-1-3-1-1. And I may even change that still to potentially push Leonard out wide and Little out wide as well, to maybe give us some width. It just depends on how dangerous Monaco are down the wings. There's no Coyle for tonight. Ryan Coyle is suspended for this match, which means we've got to look to some of the other players, and it was a choice between Alan Donaghy and Dan McKenna. Pretty similar in terms of the way they've been playing. However, McKenna's slightly edged him in terms of fitness, so he'll get a goal tonight. Just remind ourselves of the skills for McKenna, who signed as a free transfer from Wolves. But yeah, things are starting to look up, and Ben Little's starting to get a little bit more comfortable in the team. Leonard has dipped a bit. His form isn't quite as good as what it was last year. Don't know why. Just things aren't really clicking. Walker as well hasn't been fantastic in the last few games. But yeah, I think this is the best we can go with. We'll just see how things move on as the game progresses. But let's get us underway. The last episode was quite short as well. It was 16 minutes. I think sometimes it's better just to kind of fire these out rather than just talk about things needlessly. Just have to wait and see. Shut up. Go away, Patrick Labar. Go away. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Right. So, they are playing 4-4-2. And as I'd expect, we just want to close everyone down and hack them to pieces. That's how we're going to get anything out of this game, I think. Including yellow and red cards. Nobody expects us to get a result. I mean, that's the good thing is, for the home match against Monaco, assuming I lose tonight, I'm going to have to avenge the defeat. Not that it's going to make us win or anything, but it's just one of those things that I think might just give us a little bit of an edge. Right, let's decrease the speed back to extended, and also want to bring that between highlights, have a bit of time to react to some of the stuff going on in the match, and Monaco get us underway. And what can we do tonight? I really don't think we're in a position to try to get anything point wise. I'll cheer once we get our first goal in the Champions League group stages. I don't know if we will. But here come Monaco with an attack out wide to Vela. Toure on the overlap, getting to the byline, swinging that in, looking for Falcao, and it's only taken 2 minutes for Monaco to get the goal. And yeah, it's not a fantastic start for us, it must be said. Just being caught out, not having enough men wide, and it was one of the things I was talking about earlier. And Falcao getting in ahead of Late, I think that is. Yeah, and dispatching. I mean, to be honest, Dan and Late, a few months back, or half a year or whatever. Oh, Toure with the effort. Go watch this. I can't really talk too much in between because there's going to be that many chances. But Late had been released from Tottenham like 6 months ago or whatever, and now he's playing at the Stade Louis against Monaco in the Champions League. It's quite surreal for these kind of players if this actually happened in real life to be in a situation like this. It's a bit crazy. But you know, they've done well to get to here, but there's no reason to expect anything from them really from the group stage other than just putting up a bit of a fight and not going out losing, you know, by cricket scores or whatever. But here we are coming forward with James Hill to McKenna from range. He likes a shot from range and he's put it on target. Asensio with the save. Overly dramatic, it must be said. He could easily have just saved that on his feet, but deciding to showboat a little bit. Hill losing out to Traore. Vela now on the ball forward, looking for Belotti. He hasn't got the numbers with him, but he gets past Macaulay and he slotted that home. Calm finish from him there, and we're now 2-0 down 13 minutes in, so got everything to do now. And not really much we could do about that. It's just individual brilliance there, getting away from Macaulay, and it's a fantastic finish. And as I say, I don't think any formation I could have picked would have made any difference there whatsoever. Leonard attempts a shot from range, it gets blocked. Martin plays it into the box, and it gets cleared away from the back post. Nobody making that little run. I suppose that's the difference between an advanced forward and a poacher. A poacher might have tried to get in there and just prod that home. But Hill finds Brothers, and that was a chance. That could have been, well, I was going to say our first goal, it might have been our one and only goal of the group stage, as Brothers hits the side netting, and we probably won't get a better chance than that in this game. I'd be very surprised if Monaco keep up the kind of attacks as they are. They're probably going to take it quite easy, and certainly noticing the possession there, we've got quite a lot of it in the middle of the park, but it's what you do with it that counts. And Turi finds Falcao in the box, Stanix with the save, and Martin puts it out for a corner kick just over halfway through the first half. And 2-0. Will it be 3? Isco with the corner, headed away. Brothers picking it up, and he's just got to launch this up the park. He's got absolutely no support around him, and this is what we're up against. It's going to be difficult, and obviously with the formation I'm playing, I'm being a bit more cautious, a bit more than I usually would. They aren't playing a number 10, so maybe Leonard should come forward into the middle of the park, as Belotti gets to the byline and he cuts it back edge of the, well, I thought it was going to be edge of the area. Sidibe finding Lozano, Martin closing him down, and it's through to Belotti on the other side. Falcao somehow didn't get the chance to put that in. A good challenge there, I think, from Martin. 31 minutes gone. Isco central here, finds Lozano cutting inside. Falcao in the box, Stanix with a save. Yeah, I'm going to change the formation. I'm going to change it. Now the question is who. I think it looks as though Little's the most comfortable. I mean, obviously I can just pull Leonard there. Walker could play there. Maybe a 4-4-1-1. Might work. Winger support and push him up a little bit. Actually, no, probably not. Let's stick to a wide midfielder, so a little bit more defensive minded. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that and see what we can do. I mean, one of the things I think I'm missing in this team, I guess, is I kind of have it with my Rangers series. A player like Benacer, just a real warrior in the middle of the park, someone that can just crunch the challenges, win the ball and stop, break up play, and then they're good enough technically to kind of start an attack. But there's a big difference between that. I mean, Glentoran are semi-pro here as it comes into Belotti. 3-0 now, and it's starting to get a little bit embarrassing. I wanted to change the formation because I wanted to do something in an attacking sense. Vela getting away from McDonald there, and played in towards the front post, and Belotti's just slotted that home in the near post. I always said it was going to be difficult, and it was probably going to be painful viewing, watching your side getting pretty much destroyed in Europe. But it could just be one of these things that we'll do better at home than we will away. Certainly going away to Monaco is completely different to playing away to Sheriff, Videoton, even Basel. It's much more difficult to expect anything from this kind of game with a team like Glentoran. And here we go again with Belotti, and a good challenge there, stops him in his tracks, but he's still got the ball. McDonald this time just takes a lump out of him, and he's surely going to get a yellow card for his troubles with 2 minutes to go before half time. Referee taking his time, obviously looking for dramatic effect, and yep, he produces the yellow card. Isco will take the free kick here in towards the penalty area, headed away. Sidibe picks up the loose ball, Plays it back inside to Vela, finds Toure onside, and he's just rocketed that home. And that was all too easy there for Toure. And now we are 4-0 down before half time. And as I say, I don't think there's anything I can do formation wise that would change this. We're just not good enough. Plain and simple, we're not good enough for this level against these kind of opponents. The big thing for us this year was the money. We got the money. It's not even a series for Glentoran. I'm kind of getting caught up in it. It's the romance of the Champions League. Absolutely terrible. I think I can say that because it's been bad. I don't think going to 3 centre backs would help. You know, we're 4-0 down as it is. I mean, you could do 5-4-1, I suppose, but really, is there any point? You know, we're already losing by quite a bit. I would like to see us do something in an attacking sense, but yeah, I mean, Brothers can see there he's just lost the ball as soon as he had it. I really need the wide men to kind of do something. I was just thinking as well, possibly not telling Leonard and that, run wide, stay wider, centre, cross more often, cross from deep. Really just want to get the wide players to play more like the fullbacks have been. Just get anything we can into that box. It's been a tough game. Right, let's see if we can do anything with that. It looks as though late now on a yellow card. I did say we would pick up a few and probably get a red as well. Just how much worse is this going to get for us? You can see Carlos Vela with his 3 assists, definitely running the show for Monaco. Brothers with the free kick. Can we get a goal? No, he sent it down that tunnel. Yeah, that, as I said in the first half, that chance Brothers had was definitely the best we were going to get. Who knows if he had finished it? You know, it might have given us the kind of encouragement that we could actually do something, but we've just collapsed under the better team, and I suppose if we can finish 4-0 or even get a goal, I would be reasonably happy with that. Brothers heading on, but as I said before, zero support. I don't really think Hill's managing to do an awful lot, and if we're going to, well, here comes Belotti. He'll be looking for Falcao in the box, gets to the byline, and very nearly, as the commentary says, getting lucky with that. Right, okay, we'll take Hill off. Crosscurie on, false 9, and let's change our tactics. We'll now start going more direct, and we'll pump the ball into the box. We'll just become a team that will just bombard the box at every single opportunity. That's maybe what I should have done from the start, but I don't like changing the whole kind of philosophy of your game. I don't mind changing formation. Wow, Falcao wasn't even marked there. That was pretty poor. They say I don't mind changing formation, I don't mind changing players, player role, but the way you play, I try not to change that unless you have to. But as I say, we'll see whether this will have any impact. Just playing a classic 4-4-2, telling the players stay wide, cross as soon as you can, and maybe we'll get lucky. But Isco comes forward here, plays it into Belotti with the effort, Stanix with the save, and it's gone out for a corner. There's only 52 minutes. There's a long way to go. And unlike the Benfica match, there's lots of highlights here, lots of goals, all at the wrong end for us. And Stanix holding the ball there from the corner. We've actually had a large amount of possession, 53% possession. Passes completed 80%. We're actually not doing too bad in that front. It's just as that free kick just narrowly goes over. It's actually been just sort of defensively we've not been good enough. The midfield seems to have held their own. tackles 166% compared to Monaco's 75. Yeah. And here comes Vela once more into Isco, and he goes for goal. Falcao had pulled away from his marker, but Isco has gone for it himself. Won the corner, but certainly it could have been 5 if he had played the pass. He'll now take the corner, and it's headed away by Walker, and will trundle out slowly for a throw-in. Will we get a break here, or will it go straight to another highlight? Yeah, we're getting a bit of a break for 3 minutes in game. Dortmund 2-0 up against Benfica in the other match, and leaves us firmly on the bottom. But as I expected, Monaco and Dortmund would be the two teams that would qualify, and Benfica would finish third with us fourth. Certainly how Benfica played against us home as we get a chance here. Maybe. Walker nodding it down. Leonard, will he shoot? Leonard, he scored! I'll take that. I will take that. 4-1. First Champions League group stage goal for Glentoran, and it was pretty well taken from him. Walker winning the header there, touched the control from Leonard on the right foot, and he's rifled that in. Actually a really good finish from him, and he goes running to take the ball as if we're going to manage to pull back a 3-goal deficit away from home against a team of Monaco's stature. You know, credit to him for the optimism, but yeah, it's given us our moment of glory, I suppose. Hopefully now Monaco don't get angry and go and score another 4. But yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Actually, do look a little bit better now. Maybe getting a little bit of confidence from that. Croskery holding the ball. McKenna now going wide to Little. Will he get it in? No, he won't. Commentary seems to suggest that was a shot. If it was, I don't know why. He was maybe he thought, well, Leonard can do it, I can do it. And 15 minutes to go. Macaulay taking it off of Isco into Vela. Stanix with the save. I'm pretty sure the players will be starting to tire now. Whoa! Okay, he's done that for treatment. I just thought he'd completely miskicked that. Yeah, lots and lots of yellow cards. Let's give Donaghy a run out. Box to box midfielder over McKenna. Just the fact he's got the yellow card. It's been a tough night for Darren Late and Macaulay, but I'll leave them on for now. And Stanix, poor Stanix, 5.9. He's had 13 shots in goal. He's saved 9 of them and conceded 4. I don't think he was particularly to blame for any of the goals from what I can remember. You could argue he could have saved the one from Belletti at his near post if he just sort of made himself bigger. I don't know. I think that's a bit harsh. Late winning it back well there. Forward to Croskery. Croskery running forward now, holding the ball fairly well, but loses out to Moutinho. Leonard intercepting Isco there. Isco holding an injury at the moment. Donaghy now off the bench. Croskery going for goal. It's blocked. Walker now on the left wing. Back to McDonald. Crosses. Croskery takes it down, and that could be a red card. Sidibe with the crazy challenge from behind. I've seen red cards given for things like that in the past. So let's see what happens from that. Just a yellow. But it is a chance. It is a free kick in a pretty good position. Leonard will take this. Can he get a second? No, he can't. I suppose it's going to be difficult to get it over the wall and back down again. But you know, I've been encouraged by the way we played actually since we've scored. 4-4-2 actually, you know, it's not too bad. I mean, we've gone equal with them. That's what they were playing. Here we go again. Brothers with the chance. Not good enough. Just lacking that composure. I mean, who knows? A couple of years of being in the Champions League, you might find that you could sign players of a sufficient quality or maybe get better youngsters when they get released, because there's quite a few out there that have been released by the likes of Man City and so on, that just don't want to talk about joining. You might be able to make a bit more of a dent in the Champions League, or maybe more realistically the Europa. Here comes Sedima now to Vela, and we dispossess him. Actually looked really a lot better since we changed the formation and scored defensively, as well as attacking. I don't know if Monaco have just taken their foot off the gas. Crossgreen now charging forward, left-footed effort, that was heading in. What a goal that would have been. And if you've been watching the other series on the channel, you'll have seen a rather spectacular goal in the Champions League as well. Both teams in both series about the same time in the Champions League, both very different stories. If you haven't checked out the Rescue Rangers series, I would definitely check it out. It's worth a watch, whether you support Rangers or not. And Velasquez now taking Crossgreen out. Crossgreen is certainly drawing the fouls. That's 2 yellow cards he's managed to get dished out to the other team there, drawing out the foul. And we go wide to Little. Martin is in the overlap. Donaghy finds him. Martin with a cross in towards Brothers, and Asenjo with the catch there. And we're not going to get a chance from that. But yeah, I mean, ignoring the scoreline, second half performance has been better. I'm quite impressed actually with the 4-4-2 and kind of defensive minded, maybe not defensive minded, but players that, you know, they aren't all about attacking, playing in the wide positions. But yeah, that could change here as Vela now comes forward looking for a 4th assist of the game, in towards Belotti, and he's got the header for the hat-trick. And is that a good game? So's Vela. That's the difference. Well, several £1 million is the difference as well. Let's be honest. But Vela has been fantastic for them, and some header actually. It's a very, very tight angle. I'll probably put Stanix down to about a 5.2 now. I'm just glad we scored, because it takes the shine off the win a bit for Monaco. Not that I think they'll be gloating about it. Yeah, we beat Glentoran 5-1. It's not really something for bragging rights in European football. As Donaghy finds Brothers, hits the post. Brothers has been guilty of missing a good couple of chances today. You know, on a different day, take your chances. We might have managed to score a good few, but it's encouraging. It's encouraging. 12 shots, 4 on target. 50% possession, 75% passes complete. Just on the goal front, you know, defensive wise, we've not been able to deal with the attacking threat of Monaco. And here's Vela now trying to get a goal, and he does. And that one is a bit of a kick in the teeth. 6-1 now. Yeah, I was happy at 4-1. I accepted 5-1, 6-1 now definitely kind of removes any happiness for losing, for scoring that goal, and there's just too much power in that. Ah well. As I say, it wasn't like we were going to qualify or anything. And is this cricket score territory? I don't know. Brothers, another chance. It takes a knock and it goes in. 6-2. Velasquez with the own goal, and well, 8 goals. Certainly plenty of entertainment here, and I don't know. If this was a series where I was playing as Glentoran, I think I would be relatively pleased with this. Kind of thinking, well, it's something, you know, whether or not all the players that are here would ever be good enough to kind of play for a team that might be able to finish third in a Champions League group stage. I don't know. There is potential in some of the players, you know, Leonard, Walker, Coyle I suppose as well. Mackley's a pretty solid defender. Let's see how we go with that one. Oh, that hurts. Oh dear. I did say that's the kind of way these things can go. You're expected to lose today, no one expected to defeat this magnitude. Shut up. Yeah. Scoring two. If you say you scored 2 goals away to Monaco, that's not bad. If you ignore the fact we conceded 6. Alright, that was a bit of a spanking there. It's going to be a long campaign. There's quite a few games coming up. I did say I was going to do the Montrose game, so that'll be the next game that we'll cover, followed by the Dortmund. Might even do them in the same episode, either that or the Dortmund. Maybe Dortmund Linfield, we'll go with that one. So 3 games coming up in the near future. And then obviously we've got the remaining Champions League games. Maybe I'll just do the home matches if you want to see stand some kind of chance. Obviously losing 1-0 to Benfica at home is quite a bit different than 6-2 away to Monaco. So we'll cover the Dortmund game, see how that goes, and make a decision on the other ones. It might just end up covering the Monaco game at home through in December. But anyway, guys, that is it for this episode. Hopefully you've managed to take something out of that game. It's entertaining to say the least, and it shows the kind of gulf that's there in terms of the quality between the teams. But yeah, let me know what you think of the episode, the series as a whole, in the comments box. I really do appreciate reading your comments and your thoughts on just everything in general with the series. But thank you for watching, guys, and until the next time, I'll see you when I see you.